So the question has been asked by a housewife. She says that her children have grown and now settled, and she has a deep spiritual longing to renounce worldly attachments and dedicate herself to the devotion of Sri Krishna, especially in the sacred place of Vrindavan. But uh, her husband is still active in worldly pursuits and very much attached to the house, so he doesn't want to leave the place and has expressed a desire to remain involved in shared life, including physical intimacy, despite my personal disinterest. Both are in their 60s, दोनों की उम्र उनके 60 वर्ष के अराउंड है, लेकिन उनके जो पतिदेव हैं उनका अभी भी उनके प्रति आकर्षण है, शारीरिक आकर्षण है. सो आई फील दैट आई हैव कंप्लीटेड ऑल माय ड्यूटीज. मैंने अपने सभी जो भी कर्तव्य थे उनका निर्वाह अच्छे से किया है. तो क्या अब मुझे इस एज में, इस वय में आकर के वानप्रस्थ और संन्यास के बारे में नहीं सोचना चाहिए? क्योंकि हमारे जो 4 वर्ण हैं, 4 आश्रम हैं, in 4 ashramas now is the time for her to take sannyasa. So is she wrong? Am I wrong to feel this way? Or is it possible to honor both my spiritual aspiration and my responsibility towards my husband? और क्या ऐसा हो सकता है कि मेरे आध्यात्मिक प्रगति को भी मैं कर सकूं और मेरे पति के प्रति मेरे कर्तव्य को भी पूरा कर सकूं? So basically, this person has asked a question that as she has crossed 60s, fulfilled all her duties, but husband is still attached to the world, there is a conflict. She feels a desire to actually renounce everything, go to Vrindavan and completely get into bhakti. But husband has expressed that he still wants the same life to continue, including physical relationships, which she doesn't like. No? So this is the question, and very sensitive question, but very important question. I definitely know that there are many people on the same boat in the same situation. So let us hear first from the student and then from the people around in the meeting, and then lastly let us see what Krishna tells in Bhagwad Gita. So students, please unmute and share your views.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Vrinda.
To answer this, I don't feel that it is wrong. Maybe this is her final test before sannyasa is what I feel. Her husband is also having his point of view. Maybe she can try and bring him to the path, or try to convince him to let go of her. Either one, it is her final test, is what I feel.
I definitely know, not only now, throughout her life, she would have tried a lot to bring her husband to this path, but it is not happening. It is not happening. And husband is not listening to her. That is the problem for which she has asked. If it was so easy convincing him, she wouldn't have asked this question.
Maybe through a
Yeah.
family counselor or a spiritual guru might be another option, sir.
Yeah, she has come to you as a yoga therapist and her guru, and you have to answer her, Brinda. What would you say?
Sir, I would send her to you, sir. I don't know. I'm not qualified to answer this yet.
But I want you to think, imagine I am not there, you will pass out. This person has come, just, you tell what you will do.
I would tell her, okay, stay for some more time with your husband. Maybe he might change.
And जो 60 साल में नहीं बदला है वो अभी क्या बदलेगा? 60 year में he has not changed. Wow, how he will change now? She is sure, madam. I can tell you 100% he is not going to change. Now you tell me, what should I do?
Then she should leave him and go, sir.
Then the husband says, you are not fulfilling your wife duties. What is my fault? Why should I suffer?
He is ignorant here, maybe.
So by force, she should deny and say that, okay, I give up this life and I go.
Yes.
This is what Vrinda would advise. Okay, let us hear from Vibha. Where is Tarana?
So she's finishing.
Sir, IMD. I was taking IMD.
Okay, you are here. Fine, fine.
Yeah,
Okay. First, Tarana, you tell me what you will do.
yeah, sir. So, what she's feeling, that is not wrong,
Hmm.
of course. But she has to decide a extreme thing. Either she has not to ask her husband at
Hmm.
all कि मैं जाऊं क्या,
Hmm.
or she has to decide कि अब she has in a material world, like she is attached with some responsibilities, so she has to uh, fulfill her duties and all.
Hmm.
What I feel, because there is no midway option here, as Vrinda also said. So
So, what
either
would you
she
advise?
has to choose one extreme.
That is her question. Which one should I choose?
uh, uh, सर अगर उसको बहुत ज्यादा स्पिरिचुअलिटी ड्राइव कर रहा है तो वो यहाँ अभी हस्बैंड के साथ रह के भी पीस फाइंड नहीं कर पाएगी,
Hmm.
तो ऑफ कोर्स उसको स्पिरिचुअलिटी ही चूज करना है, बिकॉज वो सिर्फ हाँ हूँ मैं बोल दी कि आई मीन दूसरों के लिए जिएगी तो उसका पीस है ही नहीं। और अगर उसको ऐसा भी थोड़ा हस्बैंड या लाइक मटेरियल वर्ल्ड के लिए, मतलब उसके फैमिली के लिए थोड़ा है वीक पॉइंट, तो इफ शी कैन एडजस्ट, तो उसको मतलब जब तक उसका फैमिली जिंदा है, आई मीन अलाइव है, शी कैन डू हर ड्यूटीज.
Acha, Tarana says that we have to assess her. If her longing is very, very strong, she should
या
leave the husband and go. But if she still has little bit of attachment also to the family, then she should not go and stay.
या
Okay. Okay. So it depends on the level of intensity of what.
yeah,
Yeah.
because if she is going to sannyasa path, then the longing should be very strong. She should renounce everything. मतलब उसको सब कुछ करना ही पड़ेगा, तो
And if
या
she says my, if she says my longing is, yes, madam, my longing is very strong,
या
then what would you say?
या फिर सर मैटर ही नहीं करता ना फैमिली क्या बोल रहे हैं, बिकॉज इन संन्यास इन ब्रह्मचर्य दिस डजंट मैटर एट ऑल एक पॉइंट पे.
But then her husband will suffer.
तो
That is.
सर वो फिर तो लॉन्गिंग स्ट्रांग ही नहीं है ना,
नहीं
उसको
नहीं,
फर्क पड़ रहा है ना.
husband, in spite of whether her longing is strong or not, husband will suffer, no, if she goes. अगर उसका
हाँ
longing, if her longing is strong also and she goes, husband will suffer, no, that is a karma, right?
या
Suffering of the husband will be, that karma will come to her or not?
दैट कर्मा, if we say yes, it will come to her.
Then you will deny her in spite of her longing.
सर आई फील लाइक कोई सा भी वे लो तो कर्मा तो आना ही है ना.
अच्छा.
हाँ, मतलब अगर वो स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ को छोड़ भी देगी तो फिर वो अपना नहीं देख रही है, अपने इंटरेस्ट को नहीं देख रही है,
तो वो भी.
तभी भी. हाँ
She says that there will be, she will get karma anyway whether she goes or not goes, so better she goes even if her husband suffers, because
yeah.
even if she against her will, if she decides to stay, then that will also lead to a karma. So Tarana says that she should go. Okay, let us hear from
Yes.
Vibha.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, Vibha, loud and clear, come closer. Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
I feel the lady should go, sir. If she is interested towards the spirituality and she has completed all her duties, then she has to go. According to this, what our systems is that brahmacharya, grahastha vanaprastha, and sannyasa. According to that, also she has completed all her duties. If we consider our sannyasis culture, if they have completed their duties, if they are sure that their family members are well to do, they obviously leave their families and go and do their interest, pursue their spiritual path. She has already completed their duties. If she is interested in her spiritual path, she has to go, sir. If it is, suppose it is not in her 60s, she is still in her 20s or 30s, then we can tell her, be in your family and then serve Lord Krishna. It is also a path. But no, she has already completed. She is ready to get into sannyasa, so she has to go, sir.
But husband says, no, her duty towards me are not yet over. She has done towards her children. She married me. We had a vow together. We will share everything. Now she is leaving me. She is selfish. She is just thinking about herself, her own thing. She is not thinking about me.
Sir, if we are considering that argument, all our sannyasis seems to be selfish only. They have left their families. They are not fulfilling their duty towards their parents. But no, it is for a greater cause. She has to go.
Wonderful. So Vibha says that she should go. She is going for a greater cause. Husband should be sacrificed. Hmm? And let the husband suffer. There are
Not,
many.
but she has already done for him. It is her time for now to.
She has already done previously whatever she could. Now it is her time to live on her terms. How long will she live only for others? That is the point that Vibha says. Okay, now let us hear from Saurindra.
Good morning, sir. Good
Yes,
morning, everyone.
yes.
Sir, here we are, everyone is focusing on the female person here.
Hmm.
But there is one story that describes the male personality also.
Hmm.
There was one king whose name was Yayati,
Hmm.
who wanted to live like a youth throughout his life.
Hmm.
So he continued living like that, but suddenly later he became old and he was not able to enjoy the youth and all these things.
Hmm.
So his youngest child
Hmm.
gave his youth to him and became old.
Hmm.
And after leaving the youth of his child also, then only he realized that there is no point of time when he will feel satisfied.
Hmm.
He will feel unsatisfied.
Yes. Hmm. अभी आवाज नहीं आ रहा
60
था उसका.
80s.
हाँ, हाँ.
So this person, sir, what I feel, if they are in their 60s, this male person is still ignorant
Hmm.
about some aspects of life.
Hmm.
And if he is loving his housewife, so
Hmm.
he is telling that you should be here, you are leaving me, you are not doing your duty properly. There could be two things. There
Hmm.
could, if he really loves his wife, then
Hmm.
he should leave her. He should understand that living is also kind of love.
Hmm.
Because if I am ignorant, I can't take her to be ignorant also. She is not ignorant anymore.
Hmm.
And according to ashrama also, this
Hmm.
is the best time to live, not only live in Banaprastha actually.
Hmm. Yeah. Yes, Saurindra.
So I think that this ma'am can leave home and let suffer if the person, her husband, is thinking he will be suffering. And also she should discuss the same thing with her children also. They should take a stand here.
Children should also take a stand. Hmm?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Because most of the times, sir, the both couple are not able to understand each other. But if children take a stand, they are able to give the proper understanding to both of them.
Hmm. Okay, so all my students, all four of them think that the person should go. Try to convince, but if it is not happening, then she should go. Now let us hear from people who are there, very learned people who have seen lot of such things in their own life. They are there. Let us hear from them. I request people to share their views. Kambam Raghunath ji, what do you want to say? Please guide us.
Morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yes.
See, so far as this experience is concerned as husband and wife, the wife or the husband, they would have taken an oath that they would live long, even at the time of marriage, and they would like to live comfortably. Now, we come across many situations, for example, in ISKCON. There are sannyasinis, they live outside, come to the sanctum sanctorum, and at that particular point of time, they devote themselves. They get back in home and they perform their services with the husband. And to
Hmm.
what extent they have got that carnal pressure with the husband is a matter which is a matter of restriction. So
Hmm.
that way, there may not be necessary for her to completely come away from the family. Still convince her husband about her position that she can always be ascetic so far as the her ambitions are concerned in the prayer, and for the family, she can always live with them.
Hmm. So Kambam Raghunathji feels that she should try to remain there only, but yeah, she can go to ISKCON temple and spend some time and come back. So she should balance both. That is what you want to
Yes,
say.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Raghunathji. Anybody else? Any other views?
सर अभय बोलतो सर.
अभयजी बोला, काय
तर
केलं पाहिजे त्यांनी?
तर ते मला तर सुरुवातीला वाटतं की त्याच्या मागचं कारण काय आहे, त्यांनी जे सोडून जायचं आहे तर त्याला काहीतरी त्रास होत असेल किंवा त्यातला फॅमिली प्रॉब्लेम असतील किंवा काहीतरी असेल. एवढे वर्ष जर संसार केला तर अचानक तिला जायचंय तर ते घरात राहून
ती म्हणत आहे ना क्लिअरली की माझी भक्ती वाढली, म्हणून माझी भक्ती इतकी वाढलेली आहे की मला वृंदावन धामला जायचं आहे. मला आता आपली भक्ती वाढत आहे माझी. मला आता सगळे म्हणजे सगळं जग सोडून आता फक्त देवाच्या बद्दलच मला विचार करायचा आहे, त्यांच्याकडेच जायचं आहे. तर तिला त्रास नाहीये, तिची भक्ती वाढलेली आहे आणि तिला जे आपले शारीरिक संबंध असतात तिला ते आवडत नाही, पण त्यांचे जे हस्बंड आहे त्यांना आता पण पाहिजे ते तसं.
हो, पण ते घरात राहूनही करू शकते ना. तिचं तिचं वेगळं लाईफ ती जगू शकते घरातही. म्हणजे ठीक आहे, फॅमिली अटॅच तिला राहायचं नसेल, पण ती थोडं फॅमिली सोबत राहून किंवा काय त्याच्या मागचं कारण आहे, पूर्ण डिव्होशन करण्याच्या ऐवजी थोडं घरात राहून डिव्होशन करू शकते ती.
Abhay Palwankar ji feels that she can remain completely devoted, but she can still remain in the house and be devoted. She need not leave the house. Hmm? Okay. Thank you, Abhay ji. Let us hear from Anju ji.
Namaskar.
Namaste.
A person who's so self-centered that he's only worried about his own needs, this lady should first make out how financially stable she is. Has she got money in her own bank account? Can she sustain herself in Vrindavan for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years? Who will look after her health needs? Who will look after her food and stay? So first she should make sure, whether from her husband or from her children, that she's got money under her control.
Mhm.
She can do halfway, goes for to Vrindavan, comes back for a month. Husband gets used to the fact that wife is not available for his needs only, that she has a life of her own, and gradually make that 1 month into 2 months, 3 months. And if he accepts, good. If he continues to be difficult about it, then yes, she has a life of her own. She has needs of her own. And at some point, 6 months, 1 year down the line, she should quote unquote sacrifice and say, fine, if you're so selfish, how my needs are. But first of all, she should make sure that she's financially solvent. Too many women have been abandoned in Vrindavan. It's a very strategy if you have no finances to back you up.
Yes, so Anju ji gives a very strategic plan. She says that financially she should become secure, and then slowly she should, plan, and it should be a gradual transition rather than a sudden shock. And she should try to reach her goal. Very strategic approach. Thank you, Anju ji. Let us hear from Radha. What does Radha say?
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Very wish you happy new year, sir.
Happy New Year.
Sir, actually, first of all, she has to understand what is the real the Bhakti Marga and why she want to go the purpose. Because these many days she has here means maybe she's in the Bhakti only, she's doing worship and all.
Yes.
And secondly, we have to see is she coming to the counselor? Then we have to see we can test her what is her intensity, how much she's want to be there, leaving all this renouncing and staying there. And secondly, in Bhakti also, we have the scriptures that we have to worship we are not in worship means we have to give the importance to the husband also. We have to do this. Arguing and fighting, we have to leave and go. It is not a correct way actually. And both are not different. Both are two bodies, but whatever they are doing as a one soul, no? in the family, and they have to consider the children interest and children opinions also better to take. In sannyas ashram also, wife and husband can stay together and they can live simply and they can have the worshipping God, and they can both can do that. Even if in case if the husband is not cooperating to that, she can fulfill the husband's duties and she can be like a unattached, like a stay drop of on a lotus leaf. We say no that sir. She can be, because if you go arguing and if counseling is also not fulfilling her wish and any counseling sessions also not going, then it is not to go into argument or leaving. And if it is going after all this, if she is going, is she staying stably emotionally strong? So that also we have to consider, sir, because age is not coming at all. If that much desire is there, so and here if he's coming to counseling, we have to talk to the husband. Why he want to stay in that? What is his purpose and his needs? Maybe he is being the insecurity, because if he becomes alone, nobody will be there to take care of him. What kind of his insecurities, what kind of his needs are purpose to stay back the wife. So we have to think in different aspects. So if we can go in a midway, that not to go into fighting or this. Finally, not to have the quarreling. And if they are aparting or if they are staying together, we have to see the financially and emotionally strong, and not to end, I mean, into disharmony. So we have to take the proper sessions, and if it is not happening, so all other people has given some other suggestions. So she can have staying there. She can leave like a drop on a lotus leaf, fulfilling her slowly. Then that's what, sir. We have to ask the purpose of our wife and husband both, because as Anju ma'am said, so we have to think in this generation, in this Kali Yuga, we have to think other aspects also financially and I mean, I want to give financially exploiting the ladies, and other way also people are exploiting. We are seeing so many newses. So all this security wise also she has to see sir strategically. So we have to bring the children also into this discussion, and or she can stay at home and just make her secured, and she can live in bhakti, fulfill the husband duties, and all the entire time she can stay in a bhakti. Because leaving that also in bhakti marg also leaving the responsibility and becoming self-centered or selfish is not also correct. No, sir. This is my opinions.
Radha feels that children should be involved. She should go to a counselor. But her ultimate answer is that, like the lotus remains untouched, she can remain in the place and enhance her bhakti, and she can try to do that. Okay, so Radha ji shared her point of view. Let us hear from Shobhana ji.
Morning, sir. My view is that many people do this sannyasa, maybe running away from the responsibilities. So if it is running away from the responsibilities, then it's not correct. But if it is really she wants to realize God and for a greater cause, I think she should go. And regarding shared responsibility, both husband and wife has got shared responsibility. It's not only wife. So if the husband is not understanding the dharma or justice, then I think the wife also should go the dharma way or justice way. We shouldn't be encouraging that injustice or adharma being done. Because according to me, the other person is not understanding this person wants this, and how she is understanding her husband. Husband also should understand the wife's aspirations are different, or wife's needs are different. If that's not done, we are not becoming a role model for even the children also. Because if you're always whatever the husband or the wife is doing, then you're giving a bad example to the children also. So the dharma way, whatever is justice, nyaya, just do that.
That is what, madam. When both of them sit and you talk, definitely, I will talk to her, I will call her, I will call both of them. The point is, husband says that, am I doing any adharma? I am a husband. We have lived a shared life. Both of us devoted each other, raised our children together. It is not a small duration. 60 years we have been together. Now, Can she just suddenly leave me like that? Am I doing any adharma? He will say.
No, that leaving part, I agree. She can be with the family, but when it comes to physical relationship, she's not interested in the physical relations and all that. That should be respected. So that cannot be like a force. It's my needs. So that's what I'm telling. She can be within the family. That's what I meant. If it is running away from the responsibilities, then it's not. You can be in the family, fulfill your responsibilities, but be yourself. What you
Cannot,
believe.
she should not go to Vrindavan, but
Yes.
she should not go to Vrindavan. She can stay in the house, but then she can deny if she doesn't want physical relationship. That
Yes,
husband should respect. Like one,
yes.
one point we will listen from the husband and one point we will listen from wife. That is what
Like
you.
we have examples of Purandara Dasa, Tulasi Das, even in their younger days only they left their wife and went for Vanaprastha. So, and that too with the motivation from their wives. So, same that way, even wives can be. It's not that only gents should do it. So, each one can have realization of God. We come here for realizing God actually. So, if you are in that path, then this is perfectly fine. Fulfilling your responsibilities, but realizing God, you are going in the spiritual path.
Okay, okay. So here, we have another way out where Shobhanaji says that we should come in the middle rather than going to extreme and leaving the place. Her husband, she says that is very much attached to the house. Probably he doesn't want himself to go and her also to go, but then she can go to Vrindavan, come back and stay with him. But then she has a right to completely deny physical relationships if she doesn't like, and husband should respect that. Okay, Maitri ji.
Sir, namaste, sir. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, sir. Sir, according to me, I feel that the quality of life they lived for these many years also has an impact of her decision like this. I feel women are always safe, cozy in the hands of a loving husband. But when at this age, if she takes such a big decision to leave everything and go, see, spirituality is something that we can continue still being at home, being in the family. But if she takes such a big decision to leave her husband, especially, and to go away, there might be some wounds or some scars from the already finished life. Like these many years they have been together. So she should not have spoken something like she was not happy or not satisfied with the life that was going on for these many years, like till 60 years. And now she wants to live herself for some time. Like she wants freedom from everything. So I just feel like if we check the quality of life they both have lived for these many years.
Yeah. Maitri ji brought in a very important point.
Many years. And now she wants to move away because I feel, sir, I feel that if she was so satisfied with her life and so cozy in her house, even spirituality, she won't want to go out and start it. She can parallelly do it at home. So I just want to know, like, was there anything disappointing for her in this many years of married life? So that might be a reason why she is taking such a big decision to completely leave her family, especially her husband, because she is the one who will 100% know how much the husband will suffer. But even then she wants to do this, it might be due to some reason which would have happened in their family life over these many years.
Yes. Maitri ji, thank you. This is a very important point that we have to go in detail, directly cannot answer such question.
Gone, she is fully free to go out of this family life. So that is where she wants to do this, is what my thought is. And like others said, physical life interest is her personal. After menopause and all, if she is not feeling like, then she should not be forced.
Yes. She has clearly written, the only reason that she wants to go is her deep spiritual longing to renounce worldly attachment and dedicate myself fully to the devotion of Sri Krishna. That is why she wants to go, because she wants complete dedication only for Krishna. And definitely, people say that people who go to Vrindavan remain in that place and their devotion increases and they can reach Krishna faster. Probably that is the reason she wants to go. But definitely we should explore and find out whether there are any other reasons, whether there are any other scars which are making her take that decision.
Sir,
Fine.
one point I feel is like it is very hard for women to take this decision at this point. If she wants to take, there might be some other reason strongly beyond spirituality is what my thought was.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. We will
Thank you,
explore.
sir. Thank you.
Let us hear from Sanjeev Shah ji. Sanjeev sir. आपको क्या लगता है सर, क्या करना चाहिए? संजीव सर, अनम्यूट कीजिए।
नमस्ते सर, मेरी
थोड़ा
आवाज आ
लाउड,
रही है?
थोड़ा लाउड। हाँ,
मेरी आवाज आ रही है सर?
हाँ आ रही है, आ रही। हाँ
एक्चुअली सर, मैं दो एग्जांपल देना चाहता हूँ। कहते हैं आदि शंकराचार्य के बारे में कि वो बचपन में ही उन्हें संन्यास लेने की इच्छा हुई, तो उनकी दादी थी, शायद उन्होंने रोका कि अभी संन्यास मत लो, मेरे मर जाने के बाद ले लेना। दादी मर गई तो जैसी मरी वैसी उन्होंने कहा कि चलो मैं चलता हूँ। तो दादा ने कहा रुक जा, अभी तो दादी मरी है, मुझे तो मर जाने दे, कम वक्त इस समय बोलता है। फिर रुक गए। दादा मर गए, फिर उसने कहा कि अब मैं जाता हूँ, तो फिर पापा ने रोक लिया, फिर अम्मा ने रोक लिया। ऐसा करते करते वो रुके रहे, और कहते हैं कि कुछ दिनों के बाद उनके भाइयों ने उन्हें कहा कि भाई तू चला जा। तो उन्होंने कहा क्यों चला जाना, मतलब समझा नहीं। तो तू इतने दिन से कह रहा था संन्यास लेना, संन्यास लेना, संन्यास लेना। एक्चुअली उनका रहन सहन, उनकी विचारधारा, उनके एक्ट्स ऐसे हो गए कि अब वो रहे न रहे, संन्यास में है नहीं है, आप उसे घर में रखो, जंगल में रखो, उसे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। तो संन्यास लेकर के जाना ही, या किसी भी मकसद से इस जगह को छोड़ के उस जगह को जाना, वृंदावन में क्या रखा है? अगर तुलसी के जंगल चाहिए तो अपने यहाँ लगा लो। एक बात कह रहा हूँ, हालांकि मैं अनादर नहीं कर रहा, पर मेरे कहने का मतलब है कि जो आपको चाहिए वो आप अपने अंदर क्रिएट करने की बात है। संन्यास दुनिया से भागने का नाम यदि होता तो आप तो कभी नहीं भाग पाएंगे। यदि आप केवल परिवार से सोचते हैं भाग कर बच जाएंगे, तो एक परिवार से छोड़कर बच के भाग रहे हैं, वहां पर तो आपने फिर एक बड़ा वाला परिवार ज्वाइन कर लिया। इवन अगर आप भगवान कृष्ण से प्रेम की भी बात करते हैं, और उस प्रेम में भी अगर आप फंस जाते हैं, तो अभी सुनने में हमें अच्छा लगता है, क्योंकि हम डिवोटी हैं भगवान कृष्ण के, बहुत आदर करते हैं, बड़ा। मैं फिर कह रहा हूँ कि मैं अनादर नहीं कर रहा, मैं कहने का मेरा मतलब ये है कि अगर आपने भगवान कृष्ण को भी पकड़ लिया है, तो फिर तो राधा जो है वो फिर उन्हें कहीं नहीं जाने देती, या फिर उनकी पत्नियां नहीं जाने देती, फिर तो समस्या हो जाएगी। फिर से वापस तो आप चाहे अपने पति को पकड़ के बैठे हो, और चाहे भगवान कृष्ण को पकड़ के बैठे हो, ऐसा। तो एक एग्जाम्पल हुआ ये आदिशंकराचार्य वाला, कहते हैं ऐसा हुआ था। और एक एग्जाम्पल मैं देता हूँ। एक बार मेरे बेटे ने मुझसे पूछा, ऐसी बातचीत हो रही थी, तो मैंने उसे बोला कि तुम भी तो किसी को प्रेम करते होगे, ऐसा कर। मुझे पता था एक्चुअली। तो उसने मुझसे बोला कि वो तो ठीक है, लेकिन क्या आप मुझे अलाउ कर देंगे? मतलब उसे लगा कि मैं अलाउ ही नहीं करूंगा उसे, ऐसा वाला। तो मैंने उसको पूछा कि अब तुम ये तय करो कि तुम मेरी रिस्पेक्ट ज्यादा करते हो या उससे प्रेम ज्यादा करते हो। तुम सोचते हो कि दोनों चला लोगे, तो ये नहीं है, तय तो करना पड़ेगा, यहाँ बोलना पड़ेगा कि ये वाला ज्यादा है। तो अगर तुम ज्यादा प्रेम करते हो तो बेशक रिस्पेक्ट करो, पूछो, अच्छी बात है, बहुत बढ़िया बात है, लेकिन तुम्हें उसे चुनना चाहिए। और अगर तुम सोचते हो कि मैं पापा की रिस्पेक्ट ज्यादा करता हूँ, तो बेशक पापा कहते छोड़ दो, छोड़ देना चाहिए, ये तय तुम्हें करना है। इस तरह के एग्जाम्पल लाइफ में बहुत सारे आते हैं सर, जहाँ चुनने की बात होती है। और मैं कह रहा हूँ कि मीरा को जब छोड़ना पड़ा, उसने किसी से पूछा क्या? सर आज बच्चे को किसी को भी किसी से प्रेम हो जाए, वो पूछने जाता है क्या? ये पूछने की बात भी है क्या? आप घर में रहे रहे आप किसी से प्रेम है आपके मन में, उसके लिए थोड़ा ही है कि मैं, मान लीजिए मैं बोलता हूँ कि पति पत्नी के रिलेशन में मैं इस उम्र में मैं बोलता हूँ मुझे किसी से प्रेम हो जाए। प्रेम मतलब जो आमतौर पे भाषा में जिसको प्रेम बोलते हैं, तो इस प्रेम का अर्थ ये है क्या कि मैं अपनी पत्नी को छोड़ करके उसके पीछे चला जाऊं? नहीं, ठीक है, प्रेम है। हाँ, अब फिजिकल अट्रैक्शन की बात करते हैं, फिजिकल लस्ट की बात करते हैं, तो मुझे बताइए, मैं आज जिंदा हूँ, बड़ी अच्छी बात है, मेरी पत्नी को बड़ी मेरी जरूरत है, या मुझे मेरी पत्नी की जरूरत है, ये मर गई फिर क्या करूंगा? आखिर तो छूट जाएगी ना। उनके केस में भी मैं उनसे पूछ सकता हूँ कि कितने दिन, माना कि आपको अपनी पत्नी की बहुत जरूरत भी हो, आज वो गुजर जाए, क्या करिएगा आप? कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं आप। तो आपको समझना, और दूसरा आप रिगार्ड दे, पत्नी को भी रिगार्ड, दोनों अर्थ में मैं बोल रहा हूँ, एक को भागने की जरूरत नहीं है और दूसरे को दूसरे की भावना की कद्र करने की जरूरत है। और सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि सन्यास अंतर्भाव की चीज है, सन्यास बाहर की चीज नहीं है। सर, अगर फिजिकल रिलेशन की बात करें तो कितनी भी सुंदर पत्नी हो, कितने भी सुंदर लोग हों, कोई किसी डेड बॉडी के साथ फिजिकल रिलेशन नहीं बनाता है सर। तो अगर पत्नी है, और स्पेशली जब उनके अंदर भक्ति भाव है, जब उनके अंदर अध्यात्म है, तो उनकी जो ऑरा है ना सर, वो पति को भी निश्चित रूप से पकड़ लेगी, बांध लेनी चाहिए। असल में मैं उनको पत्नी के रूप में ये सलाह देना चाहूंगा कि अपनी उस क्षमता को, उस भक्ति को, प्रेम को इतना विस्तृत करें कि पति उनके चरण पकड़ लें आकर, वहीं रहने पे भी। और मैं नहीं कह रहा कि नहीं जाना चाहिए, वही कि तालमेल अगर बना लें ऐसा वाला। और अगर पति की तरफ से देखें तो पति का निश्चित रूप से कर्तव्य है कि एक तो समय के साथ उनमें भी अध्यात्म तो होना चाहिए। अध्यात्म का मतलब इन द सेंस की मेडिटेशन और पीस लाइक दैट, ये नहीं कि वो मंदिर जाए कि ना जाए, मैं उसके बारे में बात नहीं कर रहा। और अध्यात्म अगर है तो रिस्पेक्ट होना चाहिए, मैन टू मैन, आपके अंदर समानता का भाव वाला भी, कि आप अधिकार भी पूरी तरह से दे सकें। बच्चों को तो इन्वॉल्व होने की शायद जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी। और जो कुछ भी माया मोह और फिजिकल अट्रैक्शन में सब कुछ चल रहा है ना, इसको तो आप बस सीधे सीधे ऐसा समझ के निकाल सकते हैं कि जब किसी भी समय ये आपके अनचाहे सेकंड में गायब हो सकता है। तो जो आपको मिल रहा है उसको प्यार से संभाल करके, इज्जत से, प्रतिष्ठा से, या जिस भी लक्ष्य से भी, कोई मुझे उसमें भी परेशानी नहीं, ठीक है, आप जितना हो सके सामान्य व्यक्तिगत रूप से विनम्रता से जो आपको मिल सकता है ले लें। आपके लिए पत्नी अगर देवी है तो आप उसका प्रसाद ग्रहण करें, पत्नी के लिए अगर भगवान कृष्ण अगर देव है तो जितना हो सके उतना आदर के साथ उनका प्रसाद ग्रहण करें। इसमें विवाद जैसी चीज कुछ है ही नहीं, मेरे ये कहने का मतलब है। अगर कोई भी आदमी इसमें विवाद कर रहा है, पत्नी अगर पूछ रही है तो असल में वो अभी भी क्लियर नहीं, पति अगर रोक रहे हैं तो वो अच्छे इंसान नहीं। विवाद जैसी कोई चीज है ही नहीं, दोनों को अच्छा व्यक्ति बनना चाहिए। फिर वानप्रस्थ हो, संन्यास हो, जो अपने परंपरा के हिसाब से, या जिसको जो अच्छा लगता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, वो कर सकते हैं।
Yes, yes.
है ना?
Thank you, Sanjeev sir. Sanjeev sir, in his talk has, highlighted 2 points. He basically wants to say that if, you have reached that level of maturity, if you have reached that level of understanding, then there is no need to involve a third person. Both of you should be able to respect each other, talk to each other, and if the person is really filled with that kind of a detachment from within, if he has really ripened, then it doesn't matter where you are, whether you have to leave the house or you have to go to some place. The sannyasa, the vrindavan, you have to create in your heart rather than the physical place. And of course he says that he is not forcing anything, but he also says that the love, the emotion that you have, if you are even devoting towards God, then God also should not be bound. God also should not be bound by emotion. Otherwise, if Radha was too much attached to Krishna, then Krishna wouldn't have gone to different places. So, and finally, he also says, he agrees that the husband should also respect the women's decision, and both of them should come to a mutual, means humanity should be there in both of them to understand each other. Very beautiful, very important point. Maitri ji wants to say something more. Yes, Maitri.
No, sir. I have spoken.
Okay, okay, done. So, Lalita ji, please.
Yes, sir. Uh, Namaste, sir. Happy New Year to everyone. Sir,
Yeah.
I have just one point here. I think whoever has put across some points are very valid. One is about Meera having, taken her path, whether she got permission or not. That is one way of looking at it. But, sir, I don't know, being a woman for 60 years who's been with her family, her husband, performing her duties, whether she's emotionally ready to just take off. And, she should not regret such a decision. So I think the midway would be probably give her time, give her a period and say, okay, you go spend your time and come. That is what the husband needs to understand. Maybe he accompanies her also. And, without demanding the attention that he's been receiving in terms of all emotions and physical. So maybe she should be given that trial for her to understand whether, really is this my path? Whether I want to stay here, whether I can give up on my family, my husband, whom I've been attached to for 60 years. That there is going to be a dilemma, I'm sure, for her once she does that. Obviously, there has been trauma, I feel, in her, which needs to be explored for her to take such a decision. Of course, the husband needs to understand he will know better. And he also needs to give her that space, sir. If she wants to do it, let her try. That should be the approach, so that she also, emotionally comes to a space where she knows, okay, this is my path. Though she's saying it is her path, like the previous speaker also said, once you're in a spiritual zone, it is all within. Surroundings don't matter, nothing matters. But yes, if you are in a family life, surroundings do matter.
Yes.
You cannot isolate yourself and say, I'm on a spiritual path, I will be like this. So that's her dilemma. Truly, that's her dilemma. So I think maybe she should be given an opportunity, short term first and then long term, sir. That's what I wanted to put
Yes,
across.
Lalita ji, very
Thank you, sir.
practical
Thank you, sir.
solution. She should
Yeah.
check,
Yeah.
go there and see, if she really longs for it or if she is regretting, she can come back. Okay, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Thank
Now,
you, sir.
let us see, dear friends, this is a very complicated question. And frankly speaking, I put this question because I wanted to learn from all of you and try to understand. And I got a lot of valuable suggestions. When I, saw this question, for every question in my life, I have gone to Bhagwad Gita. So for this question also, I just explored Bhagwad Gita and what does Krishna say about a bhakta and the people who are dear to him. So 12th chapter is Bhakti Yoga. ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः अनन्येनैव योगेन माम ध्यायन्त उपासते. Those who dedicate all their actions to me, regarding me as the supreme goal, worshipping me and meditating on me with exclusive devotion. Ananya bhakti means there is nobody more dearer to me, you than me. Krishna is selfish in this way, and Krishna doesn't like that kind of a freedom. He is for towards the bhakta, like what Krishna tells here is कि तुम तो मुझे पकड़ो. Krishna wants the disciple to hold on to Krishna and only to Krishna. So that doubt should not come to your mind कि if I possess Krishna, how will Krishna move? No, no, no. Krishna doesn't want that. Krishna wants to be possessed, and Krishna wants that everything that you have should be offered to Krishna only. So in that sense, thinking that I am binding Krishna is not a correct way of thinking. Your whole core, if it is going towards the divine, it has to be given. Okay, so that is very clear for the person who is there, that her devotion, if she has developed that longing, that much longing towards Krishna, she is actually very lucky. It is very, very rare to get that level of longing, and she should not feel guilty about it, or feel that she is doing anything wrong. She is doing perfectly a wonderful thing, because a real devotee, not only purifies himself, he purifies the whole cosmos. So there is no way that she has to hold back her love towards Krishna. Her love towards Krishna should only increase. Okay, probably as her love increases, she will be able to feel Krishna within her and all around her. The Krishna says that those who have that kind of a ananya bhakti, Tesham aham samuddharta mrityu sansara sagra. Krishna tells, I will take your responsibility to take you through this ocean of birth and death swiftly. वो भी भवामी नचिरात पार्थ, without taking much time. मयि आवेशित चेतसाम, whose whole consciousness is completely covered only by me. So if you have developed that one pointed longing, a sincere longing, then actually you should not worry, because Krishna is telling that he will take care of you, that he is going to do things for you, whatever that you want, whatever the way that he knows the best that you should sail through this samsara sagara, he is going to take charge of you, so you should not worry. That is the first message. मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिम निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वम न संशयः. Fix your mind on me, surrender your intellect to me, emotions to me, thereby you will live in me. Then you will reach such a state where you will feel that you are residing within me only. See, we have to understand one thing. When you are devoted to Krishna, Krishna is in a personal form, he appears like a person, and in his essence, he is the whole creation, he is everything. So Krishna is telling that I will connect to you in every way possible. You will feel as if every moment I am there around you, that you are within me only, and there is no doubt about it. So that is the state of consciousness that you will reach. And the person, if you really have that kind of a devotion, you would already be feeling that God is playing around you in many different ways, though he has not shown you his physical form yet, but he is in a subtle way, in a hidden way, he is showing his presence all around you all the time. So you should trust on that. You should not have any doubt about it. That is what Krishna tells. Then he says, if a person is into my bhakti, and I also feel that longing and devotion towards him, Krishna says that I become a disciple of my own bhaktas. I become their devotees. So what are the qualities that Krishna likes in a bhakta? Because the person is really devoted, I am showing some shlokas from Bhagwad Gita, that how she can enhance her bhakti. What are the behavioral and psychological characteristics or traits that she can further cultivate within her? Adveshta sarvabhutam. Number one, Krishna says, no malice towards any living being should be there. Because you are loving the God who is omnipresent, you have to have no malice towards any living being. Maitraha karuna evacha. You should be filled with friendliness towards all, and compassion and forgiveness towards everybody. Nirmamo nirahankaraha. No attachment to possession or egoism. Samaha dukkha sukha kshami. Equipoised in happiness as well as distress, ever forgiving. Those are the qualities for bhakti to grow and for Krishna to reach you. Santushtaha satatam yogi, ever content, steadily united with me in devotion, but psychologically your bhava should only move towards the one. Whatever happens in the world, you are equal, you are forgiving, but the core of your being should continuously be moving towards Krishna. Self-controlled, firm resolve, never give up your resolve. And मयि अर्पित मनोबुद्धिर्योः यतात्मा दृढ़ निश्चयः. यस्मान् नो द्विजते लोको लोगान् नो द्विजते च यः हर्ष अमर्ष भयोद्वेगो यः सच मे प्रियः. See, these are one shloka after another. Those who are not a source of annoyance to anyone, and who are in turn not agitated by anyone. I am not causing any agitation in others, and I am not getting agitated by others. Those who are like that, equal in pleasure and pain, free from fear and anxiety, such devotee of mine are very dear to me. So Krishna is asking you to trust him completely, and he says that he will take care of you, and with that, without fear and anxiety, accept everything as Krishna is doing. Or if Krishna is letting something happen in your life, Krishna wants you to go through it. Probably there is some karma that you have to finish, there is some maturity that you have to gain. Probably, after going through this situation, you will be evolved, you will be able to evolve as a greater bhakta. Actually, people have seen that when you really suffer, your bhakti increases. That is what Kunti prayed to Krishna. She said, Krishna, I have observed in my life, and I pray to you, give pain in my life, because I have observed that whenever I am in pain, I actually loved you more and I longed for you more, and I felt that you were also around me. But as soon as that pain in our lives were removed, you distanced yourself from us. We stopped missing you. So too much of comfort in life actually is not conducive for bhakti. Little bit of pain, a person troubling you, taking you away from your bhakti, actually works as a contrast, as an exercise for you to become more drid in your own bhakti. जैसे कि हमको वेट लिफ्टिंग करने से हमारे मसल बढ़ते हैं, द पीपल हु रियली ट्रबल अस इन अवर भक्ति और टेस्ट अवर भक्ति, एक्चुअली दे एंड अप इंक्रीजिंग अवर भक्ति even more. So probably, for some more time, Krishna wants you to be in that situation. यो न हर्षति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न कांक्षति शुभ अशुभ परित्यागी भक्ति मान्यः सच मे प्रियः. Neither rejoicing in mundane pleasure nor despair in worldly sorrows, neither lament any loss or hanker on any gain. Renounce both good and evil deeds. Nothing is good, nothing is bad. Only the love towards the divine is what Krishna loves. So he continuously, asking his bhakta to remain equanimous and not allow his emotions to pour in any other direction. Then only that intensity will come where you will be able to pour everything to the Krishna. Balance in heat and cold, balance between friend and foe, and balance between if somebody is praising you or insulting you. Santushto yena kenachit. Whatever situation that you are in, just remain content, saying that, okay, my God wants to keep me in this situation. It is his wish, and I love him, and therefore I will just be there. Aniketaha sthirmati. Not taking any other shelter. You are not in the house of your husband, you are in the house of Krishna. Krishna is taking care of you. Krishna wants you to be there. You will be there. If Krishna wants you to come to Vrindavan, next moment you will be in Vrindavan. Nobody will be able to stop you. But you should be able to trust. You should be able to trust, have that trust, and remain satisfied as your beloved is taking care of you. Those who restrain their external organ of action while contemplating to dwell on the sense object certainly delude themselves. Somebody was telling that you should taste yourself. After going to Vrindavan, will you think of your husband or not? Will you be constantly worried? If he falls ill, will you rush back? If he's about to die, whether or after he's dead, will you regret? Will you really be filled with guilt that in the last moment of life, I couldn't be with my husband? And will that actually kill your bhakti later? So you should be very, very clear about it. As a very beautiful poetry comes in what Kabir says, Mangna man, that your man, the coloring of the mind is more important and not the coloring of the clothes. If from inside things have not properly changed and you are trying to do it from outside, then it will become very ugly. So there is this another story that comes in. Let me just show you. Yeah. So here in Bhakti Shataka verse 84, it says, Man hari mein, tan jagat mein. Your mind should be in hari. Your body is in jagat. Karma yog te hi jana. That we should understand as karma yog, a way of connecting to God. तन हरि में मन जगत में यह महान अज्ञाना. But your body is there in Hari, you are in Vrindavan, but your mind is again in the world, then that is a great ignorance. So the story that I was about to tell is about the story of two brothers. Both of them are into worldly life and have a habit of going to prostitutes. So every Saturday they go, and once they were moving to the brothel, and then on the side of the road there was a Bhagwad Gita discourse going on by a sage, and then the elder brother heard that, and there was something into it, about devoting the mind, devoting the emotion, and then he really felt guilty and felt that what are we doing? And then he says his younger brother that he is not going to go to the prostitute, he will go and listen to Bhagavad Gita. So he goes into that discourse, whereas the younger brother is not able to manage his pull of the senses, he goes to the prostitute. And then in the night, whole night, this person who is listening the discourse of Gita is thinking about his younger brother, what his younger brother may be doing right now, and regrets, why did I take a decision to be here? He must be having a real joy of his life. And the person who is with prostitute, who is having sex with prostitute, in that moment, this person is thinking, what a sinner I am. What is this life? This worldly, this things which do not give any joy. And see how great wonderful my brother is. He's listening to Bhagavad Gita. He's taking care of his not only this life, the next life also. And then both of them, finish that, and then they come towards each other, and there is lightning, and both of them, because of some accident, they die. Then when the Yamduta comes, he takes the first brother who was listening to Bhagavad Gita to hell, and the second brother who was actually with the prostitute to the heaven. Because the karma, is not only about your physical action where you are, it is also about where your emotions are, where your mind is, where your intentions are. So if you are doing your duties, if you are doing everything only for Krishna, you will ultimately see that Krishna will very swiftly deliver you from all the unpleasant situations and bring him closer to you if you allow things to unfold naturally. But if you take things in your own hand, and if you do not have faith on Krishna, and you want to walk on yourself, you want to do things for yourself, then ultimately you will end up distancing yourself from Krishna. I would not have said this for a Raj Yogi or a Jnana Yogi, but for a Bhakti Yogi, taking things in one's own hand, not trusting God, is not a good idea. I think all the pain that you have, all the longing that you have, you should just pray, pray, and pray, and allow things to unfold effortlessly. Read Bhagavad Gita, take the name of Krishna, do Kirtana, and from my side, I can only pray for you. I also would pray for you, all of us pray for you, that soon, effortlessly, you are guided by the divine towards the path that you are moving. But actively, if you take any action, then you will be caught up in the loop of action, reaction, guilt, because whatever you do, ultimately you will end up thinking that if I wouldn't have done this, I would have done that, and then that will hamper your bhakti. This is my opinion based on what Bhagavad Gita says, but you can listen to everybody's advice and then look into your own heart and take a call. Thank you. Namaste.
Sir, can we listen to this recording anywhere else? Will you be posting it, sir?
Yes, I am uploading it in YouTube, madam.
Okay, sir.
You can listen there. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Prachi. So finally, my opinion is that Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita that she should surrender to Krishna. She should have faith in Krishna and not take any active decision. So she remains where she is. Yeah. These husband-wife relationships especially carry lot of runanubandha. There is a deep prarabdha. There are many janmas in the past where there have been transactions, there have been, karmas and karma bandhanas. But God, if he wants her to be in this situation, it is for her good only. She will come out more purified, more evolved. And definitely, she should have complete faith on Krishna, that he has told in Bhagavad Gita that I will take care of you, I will take you through this Mrityu Samsara Sagara. Then she should trust him and not try to do anything actively, but pour all her being into her bhakti, and not worry about anything. That is what is, my final advice.
Yeah, yes, sir, got it. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
God will deserve, God knows who deserves what. So we have to leave everything to Him.
Yes. So that would be my suggestion. And the person should actually spend more and more time internally. That internal intention matters a lot. When a bhakti reaches a certain level, definitely the paths will open. So probably this is her last test, as somebody told. She should go through it. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste.